Have you ever had a client walk into the salon, say, hey, I want a pixie cut? Now your heart sinks down your stomach, you want to throw up, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to section. Where do you start? I'm here to help you map out the entire haircut, and stick around till the end. I'll show you how to texturize those sideburns so they don't get too poofy and add a lot of texture. I'm Angie from Shears, and this is the sectioning that I find works the best. I sectioned off from her occipital down, and in doing that, I made sure that this sectioning I can maintain a good control from her hairline to my first section. The next section that I created, right around the receding hairline, where I'm going to find is if I put the comb flat against her head, move her around again, this is the area where the comb just starts to lift off of her scalp. Create a line there on both sides and then connect in the back, creating almost a horseshoe shape. The next section that I have, an apex down, this is where I'm going to start to build her weight and increase length or decrease the length, depending on what you want with your client. Let's hop right into it. Now that we have her sectioned off, our first instinct is to cut the length immediately. Let's not do that this time. And I'm going to go in right in the middle of this section, pull out, and I have my client looking slightly down. This is where I'm going to get some freedom. Do I want to start creating a base that's going to help add some poof in here, a lot of volume, or do I want to keep it a little bit tighter? Maybe she has a large occipital bone and it needs to have a little less density in there. That's where you're going to figure out, do you want to hold it 90 degrees out of the head to decrease the weight that's going to be right in here, or do we want to increase the weight and go to a 45 degree? Today, let's go at a 45 degree. And I'm cutting straight down all the way through. And you see, I'm also cutting her length. I'm going to follow that through to the whole left side and then repeat on my right side. So there we have our first section. The next section we're going to do, she is still tilted down. This is where I'm going to either increase her weight or decrease. For her today, I'm going to increase the weight, which means adding a little bit more volume. Start having it come out a little bit. And again, I'm going to work right in the middle, sticking with my 45 degree angle, coming out. Now that that back section is done, I'm going to move into her side panels. With this, you can have creative freedom. Does your client want to have the angle coming down from the back here? Does she want her ears to be a little bit covered with wispy pieces, or does she want it completely cut out? Either way, this is a way to start the haircut, and then with those questions and what your client wants, you can control it and add a little bit of personalization. So in the back, we were doing 45 degree angle. In the front, I'm going to move into a 90 degree angle. Her guide here. Pull this straight out. My guide. And again, I'm going to continue to walk this with a traveling guide. If you want a heavy over direction, all of this hair comes back to this point. That's going to create the most amount of weight. I like to just continue to walk the haircut section by section. And in this very last section, I will over direct if they like that weight there. That way it's not too heavy on their face. I'm just going to check this way. And you can see how it slightly increases towards that front. I'm going to continue that on the other side. Now there's two ways to check for balance. You can stand directly in front of your client, pull the hair straight towards their face, see how it feels. You could do precise measurements where you hold the comb out, see where that lays, go to the other side, and make sure it matches up to the same point. So back here, we decided to continue to increase the volume. Once we get to here, this is where we want to know in the front, does she want it to be shorter and more wispy, maybe shorter bangs, or does she like a heavier side bang? So I'm going to continue to increase her length at the top of her crown here. I always like to start in the middle so that way it gives me a good solid form for both sides and helps it be a little bit more balanced. Come from both sides and continue with my 45-degree angle. You can see I didn't just start from the top. I don't have enough tension up there. So I'm going to walk the comb up and continue with my angle. Follow that through both sides of the haircut. What I would like to do is give her a little mohawk section here, and we'll decide where she wants her front. Okay, as of right now, if we continue with our angle going 45 degrees up the head, that's going to leave the front as long as possible. It's also going to have a lot of weight. So what I like to do is start to taper that back down to a 90-degree angle off of the head. This is going to make sure she has a little bit more movement in that front. It'll still be on the longer side with the length that we've cut in the back, but it will definitely help take out some of that weight. So remember, our last section was from the apex of the head, and we created the weight in the back. Now we're deciding what to do with this front area. Like I said, I'm going to go off 90 degrees of the head and continue that. I have a mohawk section parted right in the middle of her eyebrows, going all the way back. Make sure I can control the hair. And right where that short piece is, that is now my guide. If they have super thick hair, feel free. Love some point cutting in this as well. Her hair does start to slope back down. I'm going to continue with my angle of pulling it straight up, not rounding it with the head. And that will be our guide. Straight up to that point that I just cut. Going straight up and cutting. I'll show you from this side. Bringing everything straight up. Almost like we're creating a box on the top of the head. And cut. Continue to the other side, do the same exact thing. Straight off of the head, creating a box on the very top. The next thing to do is how are we making this and our side connect? I'm going to show you the most efficient way for me. Just comb her back down to the middle for right now. This is another really big problem area. For most of us, this is where all of our weight comes. Is it going to be too poofy? Anything like that, we will get rid of. I'm going to do a diagonal forward. Push that out of the way. This is going to connect my top, my back, and my sides all at the same time. grab a section. I see this short piece right here, and I see my short piece from my side that I already cut, and I'm going to just nip that away. Continue diagonal forward. Okay, let's continue that on the other side. Diagonal forward. You move the hair where it wants to go. She looks like she wants to go this way, so I'm going to continue with that. And just making my side bang. All right, so now we can see where we built that weight up, created a good amount of volume, shattered the sides, created a side bang here, just by over-directing slightly into the previous sections. And then we have her shattered side here. Is go in with our thinning shear. And this is my little trick. It's going to take out a good amount, especially if you're scared that we're going to create a hole if we just use our regular scissors. This is a great way to ensure you're not going to remove any length. You're just really getting out that bulk that likes to sit right at this ridge here. And that's how I go in to her sideburn areas and really piece out and personalize. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and definitely hit that bell for notifications on our newest videos coming out to you. It was a pleasure teaching you. I hope you enjoyed and definitely have fun.